Hey there, my name is Clint Fletcher. This is my 2014 Subaru WRX hatchback, but many of you guys may know me as Cali WRX. Originally, I'm from South Korea. I was adopted and flown over to California at the age of 3 months, and I've been living here in Palo Alto, California ever since. Palo Alto is, like, I would say, the Silicon Valley of California, where Google, Facebook, all those big tech companies are, and so it's basically the heart of Silicon Valley. If you guys are familiar, it's by San Francisco area and in between San Francisco and San Jose, so right in the middle. Those are two cities you guys should know. So I bought this car when I was 20 years old, and I just was getting a financial job that was stable, and originally I was looking for an 04 STI, but I couldn't find one at all that I enjoyed. The miles were super high, they were molested, a lot of modifications, so then I started looking at other cars, and the hatchback really drew my attention. I want to say the first mod that I got for this car, there's three. There's Plasti Dip, Kawasaki green wheels, there's the Cobb short throw shifter, and then there's the NVIDIA N1 exhaust. I don't exactly know which one I did first, but I bought those all around the same time. The short throw shifter just because the WRX throws are incredibly long, the exhaust to bring up that rumble, and I really wanted green wheels, and I couldn't afford brand new wheels, like $2,000 wheels, so I just bought $50 worth of Plasti Dip and Plasti Dipped my wheels Kawasaki green. I originally started my YouTube channel just to follow my builds per se. I didn't know that YouTube was a huge thing that people followed. I just wanted to do things to showcase so I could look back and see I did this at this time and then carry on from there. And then I realized more people actually enjoyed watching my videos. So instead of posting like one video a month, I tried to upload 2 a week, and that really expanded my channel. And then unfortunately life happens, car breaks, and I took a break, and I definitely saw the decline in people viewing my videos, subscribers, and so on. But now with the track community being such a small niche, I definitely want to start making more YouTube videos on tracking my Subaru. So it's something that not a lot of people do. A lot of people want to go to shows, go to car meets, but I definitely prefer the track aspect of driving this car, and that's what I want my YouTube channel to be around. There's one story that stands out the most with this car. I did my recent track day, I lifted the head gaskets, and from day one I knew I wanted a built block. So we pulled the block out, we went sleeved, we went big turbo, we did head work, we did cams, like you name everything. The car made around 500 wheel horsepower. It was going to be a track beast. The amount of money I dropped in that, I don't even want to talk about. But the sad thing was we did nothing related to oil. No oil pan, no oil baffles, no oil control valve. So the second track day with that, oil starved the car and basically ended up as a very expensive paperweight. So that was a huge learning curve for me, huge learning curve for some friends, and definitely shows if you want to track this car, you got to do every single thing right the first time, or you're going to make mistakes like me. So carrying on from that last story about how I blew that motor, I'm on my third motor now, and this one is not as robust, but it's definitely a track-worthy motor. We actually swapped out turbos to the GTX 3071R turbo. So it's a little bit smaller, but the spool and the turbo range is much better, especially for track. My FP Green was more of a drag turbo, and right now the car is making 450 wheel horsepower at only 22 pounds of boost. This turbo is rated for 30 plus, so it's easily capable of 500 plus. My track tune that Travis sent me is about 20 PSI roughly, so that's about 400-ish wheel horsepower. So just to make sure that it stays conservative on the track, because you want the motor to not be over pushing itself on the track when you're running it for 20 minutes at a time. Modifications that I want to do this car aren't that much, honestly. It's just suspension, fine-tuning that, being able to get better on the track. I definitely will need to upgrade my track tires, or not upgrade, just swap those out. And it's honestly just mods that will break during track days. Brake pads, rotors, fluids, stuff like that. I don't want to change anything else. Like, of course there's things I would love to do like aero, but right now I want to focus more on my driver mod. Once I fully accomplish driver mod, then you can start changing up the car. But besides that, I just want to work on my time, my seat time, so that means going out to more track days, Sonoma, Thunderhill, Laguna Seca, Buttonwillow. That's basically all that I have planned for this car, is more seat time. That's all I can say. Thing I've ever seen out on the track, there's a couple. This one guy in race slicks, first lap out, the very first session, so it's completely cold. He has like a boosted IS 300. He's going up and over the crest, hammers it down, throws it sideways into the dirt, and just does about 8 barrel rolls. That was probably the first craziest thing I've ever seen on the track. And the second one is, they always tell you, do not get out of your car unless it's on fire. This one guy I know, he went off the track, he got out of his car, and he just keeps walking around, and they basically tore his ass a new one for getting out of his car just because he wanted to. So those are the 2 craziest things I've ever seen on the racetrack. I just don't enjoy car meets as much as I used to. The community itself, I guess, if you look on the forums on Facebook, they're always bashing each other. I don't know if it's just because younger generations are getting into the car scene and they don't respect other people. But my take is just the car scene is kind of fading away, and as you guys can see, the police have really caught on, and it's making it fun for no one. So that's why we go to the racetrack, and that's why we do what we want to do there instead of on the side streets. So I have 2 sets of wheels. I have my daily setup, which is the Work Emotion XD9s, 18x9 plus 38 offset with Michelin Pilot Super Sports that are 265, 35, 18. There's no stretch here. My track setup is Ambit FF2s wrapped with Hankook Z221s C70 tires, so that's about an 80 treadwear tire. Those are 18 by 9.5 plus 35 offset, and the tire size is 265, 35, 18 once again. Going for as much surface area on the ground as possible, and that's basically my tire setup. I haven't changed anything since I bought the car. These were the first set of wheels I ever bought, and not a lot of people run them anymore, but you know, of course, the dream is TE37s. To end this video off, I'm going to give you guys some track tips that I think will better help you out on the track. The first is, don't think you need to have a ton of modifications done to your car. I kind of dove in head first, and I should have slowly walked my way into it. Start off with the car basically how it is. The main things you want to do is cooling, oiling, and brakes. Like, just get those things done, and your car will be able to go out to the track, and you'll be able to work on your car, drive it to its limits, and figure out from then what you need to do to your car to better it. Like, once you drive your car to the limits, you can find out exactly what you need. Aero, suspension, brakes, handling, seats, tires. There's so many things you guys can change instead of trying to build your car for the racetrack 100%, going out and being the slowest one out there. Take your time, go slow, learn your car, and ask people at the racetrack tips they have that can help you guys out on the track as well.